Economic and money issues are top of mind as Americans across the country cast their vote. Tonight, our reporters are covering the topics important to you, your money, and business. From the gaming industry in Nevada to Arizona's propositions, the influential millennial vote in Colorado, and manufacturing jobs in Indiana. But we begin with Diana Olick, who spoke to retirees about entitlements in Delray Beach, Florida.
Politics and pickleball don't mix, at least not at the Kings Point retirement community in Delray Beach.
There's been a lot of political discussions on the bench as we wait to come in the game. Once you're on the court, all bets off.
3 of this mixed doubles group are Clinton supporters. 1 is for Trump.
I think he addressed the issues that are important to me.
But the issues are more varied in this community than you might expect.
Well, I Googled how they stand on all of the important issues to me, and Social Security was certainly one of the issues. Healthcare was certainly one of the issues. Women's rights, certainly one of the issues.
Out on the golf course, Judy Herman and her fellow player Evelyn Workman told us it was very hard to get past the nastiness to find the issues.
I had to consider the personality and the things that had been on the air about Donald Trump and the things that he had said. I voted for the lesser of the evils, basically. I did not care for Hillary. I think she has a lot of baggage also, but I felt I had to vote for her.
When specifically asked about issues usually important to seniors, she did express concern.
I'm 73, and I think that a lot of people my age who are still active adults going out and doing things all day still depend on some of those programs. Medicare is a big program.
Judy's husband, a veteran who worked for the Army for 35 years, was equally concerned for the future of his 7 grandchildren, but also worried about America's place in a changing world economy.
Russia seems to be doing what she feels like. China is moving into a whole new mode. We don't have any really naval presence in the China Sea, so we're losing respect all over the world.
The one issue that came up over and over among seniors here was honesty, the hope being that honesty in the White House is not too old-fashioned. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Diana Olick in Delray Beach, Florida.
Next, we head to Terre Haute, Indiana, and Phil LeBeau.
The line to vote at Baszler's Market in Terre Haute, Indiana, wound its way through 2 aisles as folks waited 45 minutes to an hour to cast a ballot.
I voted for Trump because the thought of having him president is less scary than having Hillary as president.
I voted for Hillary Clinton because I just don't think Donald Trump is ready to be in office yet as a president. I just don't think. I know she's kind of crooked, but my best choice right there.
For most of the people here in Terre Haute, whether they've waited in line to vote on Election Day or if they voted in advance, their number one concern is picking a president who will get the economy growing at a faster clip. Because in this area, there's a sense that Terre Haute is not seeing the same benefits as the rest of the country when it comes to the economy.
Everybody wants prosperity, and so when they're going to vote, I believe that's what they're voting for. They want something that's dramatic to happen that's going to change so that they can have some prosperity.
Terre Haute, like many smaller cities in the Midwest, has the blue-collar blues. While manufacturers were hiring as the area came out of the recession, job growth has plateaued in recent years. At the same time, the average weekly income for Vigo County trails the rest of the state and is well below the national average. Trends many here believe Donald Trump can reverse with his plans to change America's trade agreements. If Trump wins this county, it raises the question of whether he wins the presidency. That's because this county has been carried by the eventual winner of the national election all but 2 times since 1888. But some wonder if that trend ends this year.
The bellwether hypothesis of Vigo County correctly identifying the presidential election victor every year will fail this year, as Trump will probably win Vigo County and Hillary Clinton will probably win the national race.
Whoever wins, Terre Haute is hoping they bring a boost to an economy trying to catch up with the rest of the country. Phil LeBeau, Nightly Business Report, Terre Haute, Indiana.
Kayla Tausche is in Boulder, Colorado.
In battleground Colorado, more than 2/3 of ballots are cast by mail. I voted in my room, mail order ballot, so I just filled it all out and I dropped off the UMC.
Some 2.2 million votes counted as of Election Day. The two candidates taking decidedly different approaches here. Trump on offense.
By the way, we're doing extremely well, you do know.
Visiting the state personally 13 times this fall. Clinton playing defense, relying on ad spending by super PACs and high-profile surrogates in the homestretch.
You live in a state that is right on the edge. The election's going to be decided by the turnout tomorrow, by the margin here in Boulder, by the number of you who agree to go out and convince others to go to the polls.
Turnout by millennials, especially Hispanic millennials, will be closely watched.
I think that we make up the biggest voting bloc now as millennials, and I think that that will be the legacy of this election, is that millennials' voices were heard, and we decided the path that we wanted this country to go in.
In both Colorado and the rest of the country, millennials are now a third of eligible voters, on par with baby boomers. Yet half don't affiliate with a political party.
It looks like those who are not that happy with Trump or Clinton are easily attracted, I think, by Johnson and Stein. And so we see probably in Colorado, those numbers will be a little bit higher than what you see in other states.
Take college Republicans Vice President Justine Sanders.
I voted for Evan McMullin. Personally, I felt he better represented conservative values.
No Republican has won the White House without the Centennial State since 1908. This year, a new generation could decide that outcome. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Kayla Tausche, Boulder, Colorado.
Contessa Brewer in Phoenix is looking at the state's key propositions.
Arizonans head to the polls today to elect a president, to decide whether to re-elect Senator John McCain, and to choose whether adults should be able to buy and use pot legally. At dispensaries like this one in Tucson, people can purchase medical marijuana, but Proposition 205 would regulate marijuana like alcohol, and it would levy a 15% tax on the purchase, with the proceeds going to schools and public health. But opponents are not convinced.
One of the issues that they're trying to play up is, this could harm the public. This could lead to harder drug use. This could not stop the underground market and, in fact, could make the underground market more dangerous.
Last year, the Border Patrol seized 800,000 pounds of marijuana in Arizona, but it doesn't see Prop 205 changing much for the drug cartels because they focus on moving heroin and meth across the border. The most recent poll from the Arizona Republic shows 50% support for legalizing recreational use, 42% opposed, 8% undecided.
Both sides say that it could be days until we know the outcome of this race.
Another proposition on the Arizona ballot would guarantee sick time and raise the minimum wage from $8.05 an hour to $10, increasing to $12 an hour by 2020.
I think we should raise the minimum wage. People need to be, they're hardworking and they need to be paid more money.
The Arizona Chamber of Commerce launched a campaign against it called Protect Arizona Jobs. Polls show 56% of Arizonans support raising the minimum wage. For Nightly Business Report, Contessa Brewer, Phoenix, Arizona.
And to Las Vegas, where Jane Wells is talking to casino CEOs.
No city in America may be more susceptible to the national mood than Las Vegas. When people feel good, they visit. When they feel bad, they don't. And while you cannot bet on the presidential election in Sin City, Vegas CEOs are nevertheless weighing their White House odds.
I'm hoping after tomorrow we won't have to talk about Donald Trump.
He's a negotiator, a first-class negotiator, best I've ever seen.
Rarely has there been so much dissension in a presidential campaign among the executives who rule the Strip. Here's how it breaks down. The head of MGM Resorts is a lifelong Republican who is backing Hillary Clinton.
Donald Trump has alienated every trading partner we have. Secretary Clinton will work with our trading partners.
Hello, my name is Phil Ruffin.
Phil Ruffin is also a Republican and all in for Trump. He owns Treasure Island and is also a partner in Trump's Las Vegas hotel.
When he says he can bring back jobs, Jane, you're talking about if he lowers the tax to 15% on corporations, They won't leave.
But the biggest GOP spender on the Strip is Sheldon Adelson, head of Las Vegas Sands, which owns the Venetian. He also happens to be the richest man in Las Vegas with an estimated net worth of $32 billion. Adelson and his wife have reportedly put up $35 million for anti-Clinton super PACs, but not directly in support of Donald Trump, though the Vegas newspaper he owns endorsed the Republican candidate. And finally, there's Steve Wynn.
I am befuddled.
Wynn is the lone Democrat in the group, though he has railed against the Obama administration.
Donald calls me and asks me what I think. Very often, I'll answer him. But Donald Trump is his own advisor.
Wynn wouldn't guess who will win the White House. And as for his own desires, he is the one CEO in Las Vegas playing his cards close to the vest. For Nightly Business Report, Jane Wells, Las Vegas.